Hello all. During this I'm going to show you how I got all the trophies. That'll be the first part. So right here, as you can see, I passed a tutorial which gives you the romantic getaway trophy. But for the rest of this video, I'll be going through how I earned these trophies. I'll be going through my rankings of this game. And then I will go through each trophy on the PSN profiles to go in more description. Here is Spaceman's best friend. That's just for completing a level with a AI or a real-life co-op partner. Cleaning the air. This is for clearing the entire map of fog, and that just means exploring the entire thing. Next trophy. This one's going to be Seat Warmer, and this is just for using every single turret, the power, the shield, in one level. This is just, you have to use the weapon or tool at each spot, and after you go to all 5 or 6 locations, depending on the type of ship, you will unlock the trophy. Next one is Couples Dance Lessons. This is literally just by crossing with your partner 15 times. You can be either with the AI or a real-life co-op partner that you're working with. Next trophy is Cooties. This is the opposite of the other one, where you have to actually stay away from your partner for the entire length of the level. Well, at the end, you'll get the trophy as you see here. Gemologist. This is for having 10 unused presents on your ship at once. This means not opening up the presents as soon as you get them. And as soon as you have about 10 of them, you want to open them all up at once and you'll get it. This one is Missile Kiss, and this is just for basically touching 2 missiles together. So have your AI or friend on one ship and have yourself on another and shoot at each other. For that one as well, you need to have a blue and a pink metal, a gem I should say, on one of the on both turrets. This one is for destroying the boss. It's simple as that. And then Fight with Care. This is just for not getting hit by one of his claws. He will swing those claws, those hands at you, and if you have your AI on the shield, you probably won't get actually hit, and you might earn this one naturally, like I did.
I have to go to church in like an hour or two, so might not be that.
Love is all you need. I believe that's just for beating the boss. My apologies on that. That's not for beating the boss. That is actually for not using a single gem while beating a boss.
And I got the perfect set of boosts. So like when you first
the one that we just
level,
passed was Spice
mode,
of Life.
and like you kind of get.
This is for using that super powerful weapon 3 times, but each time you're using a different setup, so different gems. And the best way to do that is have 2 gems next to it before you go into a boss fight. Shoot it without any gems. Shoot it with 1 gem, and then shoot it with both gems. Dress to the Nines. This is for
2 hours later.
Filling up each part on the ship with a gem. So there's two slots on each section of the ship, and you just gotta fill them up. By the way, that perfect date trophy was for not getting hit during a single level, and the best way to do that is for the first boss. For this one, the first one you saw was beating the boss, and then here you have to actually beat the boss while his head is underwater, which is probably one of the toughest trophies in the game, and I would recommend going into the water area before when his health is really low, just so you can get him in there. Here's for getting 20 different attachments onto your ship by using the beam/metal gem on the shield. This is for defeating the Orion boss. And I restarted the level, so I could also get the trophy for destroying him or killing him with a solar flare, which means ricocheting off the sun and hitting him with that, and you get the SPF 1000 trophy. For this trophy, you sit there and you gotta find one of those enemies that shoot unlimited enemies at you, and then you gotta get behind one of these security missile sites, and you just sit there and wait for enemies to come kill you, and they end up killing themselves. This is for getting away from a white dwarf without shooting it or ramming it, and it's kind of cheap, honestly. You just get onto 2 white dwarves, and then you hit one of the white dwarves into the other white dwarf, and then that will get you away from one, which would still qualify as a trophy. For this trophy right here, you gotta destroy all the shields around the boss. That one's probably one of the easiest boss ones. And then Love Has Prevailed is the trophy for actually defeating the final boss. Token of Affection is just for getting through each of the campaigns with a different ship, basically. There's 3 ships, and you gotta get through a campaign with each, one campaign with each ship to get all 3 ship badges. All creatures great and small is rescue every captured friend, which means all those lovers that you see, there's 10 on each level, so I believe that's about 180 altogether, maybe a little 160. But each level has 10 of people you gotta rescue. First state is for playing a level with co-op partner. This does not mean you cannot use an AI. You have to use a partner. The Warm Embrace trophy is for escaping one of the giant bombs in one of the levels, and then you have to be fully engulfed in it, so you have to be literally inside the explosion, the radius of the explosion, and then you gotta escape it. It sounds harder than it really is. This happened to be my last trophy, so this is where I also earned the Platinum trophy as well. Overall, this game was a surprising hit. I had downloaded this game years ago, back when it was free on PlayStation Plus. I think it was around like 2016 or something. It's been sitting in my library, and if it's sitting in yours, I highly recommend you go and play it. It's not, especially if you're a trophy hunter, because the amount of ultra rares in this game it literally is like a third of my ultra rares at this point. I went from like 25 ultra rares to 35 ultra rares, and I truly don't think it was that difficult. I mean, there's even the guide on PSN Profiles says it's a 4 out of 10, and I thought it was pretty high, saying 3. The hours are pretty spot on. So some of it's a bit lucky though. I can see where maybe it'd be more difficult, but I definitely take advantage of the ultra rarity of this game. The game itself is actually really enjoyable. If you have somebody else in your household or a friend that likes to play games with you, I highly recommend this, because this is fun, and it only will take you a couple days. It's not like it's gonna be a long, drawn-out thing. This is my first video where I'm doing something like this, so an A- does mean more, but because I don't give high grades. That's not how I do. But this game was actually a surprising hit, and I enjoyed it. Highly recommend. Thank you for watching. Hello, everybody. On this one, we're gonna go through the Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime trophy list. I'm gonna go through each one, say how I went through it, and then on the second half of the video, I'm gonna review the game and how I felt about it. Just a little bit of a quick tease. It's actually very good. Like, I was quite surprised with this one. The community I'm in wants a Platinum A to Z challenge, so I chose this as my L. That was kind of like L, haha. But no, it was actually pretty good. It doesn't deserve that kind of hate. It wasn't an L. It was actually quite a bit of a W. So let's go through it. The first trophy, pretty easy, honestly. I mean, it's finished the tutorial. They tell you exactly what to do, where to go. Easy peasy. There's a reason why 75% of people have it. The beat any level in 2-player mode. See, this, I mean, it should be pretty clear, but this is just co-op. You know, just have 2 controllers. If you don't have 2 controllers, then you might be out of luck on this one, but you need to have 2 controllers, and you just need to be level. It doesn't matter which level. The trophy's pretty easy. I did it on the first campaign. There's a 3rd level where you're basically just playing defense the whole time. I would recommend doing it on that one. And again, I'll have a few short clips in the end that will kind of show you to do this. Spaceman's Best Friend. This is actually very similar to the first one, First Date, except it's beat any level with the AI help. So the Trusty Space Pet is like an AI that will help you if you don't have a second player. Obviously, for the Platinum, you're gonna need some type of second player, whether it's just you playing solo with 2 controllers or whatnot. But yeah, next one. This is just the first boss. It's kind of annoying. Not the actual boss itself, but this is probably the best spot to get the finish a level without taking a damage trophy as well. You want to set your AI friend to the shield, and then once you set him to the shield, just pretty much just keep shooting the boss. And then the only way you can shoot him is in the head. And it'll be pretty clear when you see that. The only thing that's actually able to hit is the head. But you do want to actually play a little bit of defense as well. When they shoot rockets, you want to make sure to take them out of the air before they hit your ship, because you can't get hit. And then there was a special challenge for the first boss. Was it without getting punched, I believe. Yes, here we go. Fight with Care Bear. So in this case, you want to make sure your AI guy is on the shield, whether it's a dog, cat, whatever the AI is, because when they're on the shield, they pretty much always block that attack for you, and you can get that trophy rather easily. I actually didn't know about that trophy until I went through the trophy list, because I had earned it naturally. The next boss is Cetus, and this is a electric eel, or a eel sort of person. And this boss, again, not too bad. None of the bosses are really that bad, but the side challenges were a little annoying. Especially for this one, you had to destroy it while its head was underwater, and that sounds easy, but it's not. Especially if you're playing solo. So you pretty much have to force your way into the water area. You'll see it. It's like a planet, but it's just full of water, and it's hard to get inside the planet. Because I guess the gravity, I'm not totally sure how it's working mechanically in the game, but the best way I did it is once the eel goes into the water, you go into the water, make sure it has really low health, and then attack it. King Orion. No, next one's gonna be Orion. This one's actually it's just annoying. Like, it's not hard, it's just really annoying, especially the little challenge for it as well. It was there's the Cetus with the head on the water. SPF 1000. This was actually probably the most annoying thing for me. Most people said it was this one. I think I got lucky with that, but this was so annoying because you have to be at like the right angle for the solar flare to you'll see it when you play the game. It'll become natural. Again, short clips later, but you'll hit the sun that's being shot out, and it'll shoot back at the boss, and you have to destroy it that way. Remove all king. This is the last boss right here. Defeat. I actually don't know if it's Cephas. I'm not totally sure, but that's pretty easy. The little shields around them are just, as long as you have a rapid fire gun, and again, you'll see that when you play. It's pretty easy to do. Finish level out with removing all the fog. Almost every level has fog, no matter what you do. It's pretty straightforward. Just if you traverse the entire map, you will clear the fog. Let's see. Finish level that's taking damage. I'd recommend it again with the first boss. Fill up all the gem slots on a fully upgraded ship. This is actually pretty easy as well once you get a fully upgraded ship. You just gotta take gems and just fill them in every single spot. And that'll come probably natural in the game, to be honest with you, as long as you keep playing it. Cooties. This is actually pretty easy. You just don't cross paths with either your AI or your friend, whoever you're playing with. So the best way to do this is when a mission starts, send your second player or AI to a turret or a shield spot, and just don't cross paths with them. Now there is a trophy that's the exact opposite. It's pirouette, like basically cross paths 15 times. Yeah, here it is. And that's pretty easy. You just literally just run across back and forth. Use every station. Again, pretty natural. You have to do it in one level though, just be careful. I mean, you could do it right after the tutorial. None of these trophies can be done in the tutorial, by the way. There's usually about 4, 5, or 6 spots on each ship. You just got to use each one. It's pretty quick trophy. Throw a gem into a station that is being used by another player. Honestly, the best way of doing this is there's a little stage in between each round, and you and the other player or AI or whatever has to shoot the buttons, and as long as you're not shooting, they'll continue to shoot. You just gotta take a gem while they're shooting and put it in there. It's rather easy. You'll see it. It's in a preparation stage. You just take the gem as they're shooting and put it in there. Pirouette did that. Throw a gem into the station that's being used did that. Have 10 unused gems. This is really annoying. Basically, it's don't use power-ups until you have 10 of them. There's like little gifts, little presents that'll end up on your ship, because you'll collect them as you're going. And just the first campaign, just don't open them. Just wait until you have 10 of them and then open them all at once. Use 3 different types of Yamato weapons. So your ship has a special weapon called a Yamato weapon. And the best way to do this is right before like a boss fight. Get 2 gems, put them right next to the ultimate weapon. It's I mean, it's gonna be yellow. It's literally this picture right here. Put 2 gems next to it, start the fight, shoot it once, wait for it to recharge, put a gem in, shoot it twice, wait for it to recharge, put the next gem in, and then shoot it a 3rd time, and that trophy will unlock pretty easily. Escape a white dwarf without shooting or ramming it. The best way to do this is get 2 white dwarves next to each other. You can't actually move them next to each other, but you'll find 2 white dwarves that are next to each other, and you just shoot the other one, and it'll take you out of the orbit of the first one. And that'll make more sense like when I show the little video later. Survive after being fully enveloped by a bomb trap. This is really annoying. It's not hard, it's just annoying. Sometimes when you rescue the lovers in the Danger Spacetime, of course, there's a big bomb that explodes and it kind of radiates out, pulses out, and you just gotta get inside the explosion and then leave the explosion and survive. And it's easier than it sounds. Kill 20 enemies with security guns in a single level. Have 20 cells at one time on a metal beam shield. These 2 are pretty. I mean, it's pretty simple, to be quite honest with you. You just. Oh no, I lied. I'm sorry. Entrapment. There's little side guns, the security guns, that will continue to fire at you. And the best way to do this is in the last campaign. There's a enemy that releases more enemies at you, and the goal is to just not kill that main enemy. Get behind one of these security guns and let them keep coming at you and just keep dying. It's pretty simple if you know what you're doing, but it sounds hard on the surface. Have 20 cells at the one time, then I'm on the metal beam shield. Have 20 cells at one time on the metal beam. Oh, that's there's a shield that can collect enemy bullets, and you basically just have to collect 20 of them, and they'll like stick onto your starship as you move around. Make 2 power metal missiles collide. This one just goes with the name of the game. I think that's why it's not that hard at all. You just got to get a power metal and a metal gem. There's a power, so the pink ones are power gems and the blue ones are metal gems, and you just put those on 2 different turrets, and then you shoot one and shoot the other, and make them hit each other. Make sure your AI or friend is on the other one. It's pretty simple. A lot of these you'll see when you watch the videos for these, but I was just kind of going through how I went through them and whatnot. This game, honestly, I'm gonna go through a little more later, but very easy rarity platinum, well, rarity platinum too. But just if you want some ultra rare trophies, this is your game, because it's really not that hard. I think just a lot of people had it because it's PlayStation Plus. So yeah. Later this week, you should see the Prototype 2 Part 2. I'll be doing a lot of the collectibles in the Fairfield area, and I'll see you guys later.